Hey guys, it's Sayla Ashe and welcome back to my channel. I know you guys haven't seen me in like 2 years. I've been MIA, but y'all, it's because I'm literally just a mom. During my hiatus, quote unquote, I've just been taking care of my little one, taking care of us, and I just could not find the time to like get back on YouTube and give you guys the update that y'all kept on asking me about in my comments. If you guys haven't watched my last video, go ahead and watch it. It's basically about how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my family and everything. I didn't go too deep into detail, but this time we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. So grab your blanket, grab your wine, whatever, get cozy and let's chat. So I just want to start off by saying I came back in this way of doing a podcast because, for one, I feel like being a mom has kind of become my personality. So I'm just working with what I got, basically. If you guys know me, you know I'm a YouTube fanatic and I'm always on YouTube looking at podcasts, just watching videos, daily vlogs, etc. I try to find content that's relatable to me, and you know, there are YouTube videos about moms on YouTube. However, in my opinion, they're always older. They're never like my peers. And I felt like we needed a space for us to kind of come together and talk because we can relate on a different level than they can relate. Like, we are trying to get ourselves together while keeping ourselves together. And it is not easy, okay? Keeping ourselves together, keeping our little one together, and we still don't know what is going on with us yet. So that's why I created this space for us. I hope you guys enjoy it. Stay along with me for the ride. This is our first episode and I'm so excited. So let's get into this story. So we're gonna start off by how me and my child's father met. So we met on social media, Instagram to be exact. I was trying to get his attention because I thought he was really cute. So I was like going on his page. If you're a girl, then you know. You go on the page, you go in their highlights, and then you start liking stories and stuff just so you can get their attention, but not doing too much because I'm never going to DM nobody. Like, I'm kind of shy. So I wasn't going to DM him. I wanted him to DM me. And he ended up DMing me. So he DM'd me and we started talking. And then he came to see me for my birthday or whatever. And then we ended up in a relationship. So here's the kicker, y'all. I was a virgin before I met him. I wasn't a virgin anymore, but I also ended up pregnant. So I ended up pregnant my first time, y'all. And it was so crazy to me because, like, in my mind, I was like, bro, it's girls out here who've been doing this for years. I start doing it for the first time and I'm pregnant. Like, y'all, I could not believe it, but y'all already know all of that. If you go watch the last video, then you know how my reaction was and everything. I was like devastated, and then once my family kind of accepted it, I kind of got the excitement for it, and now I love it. So yeah, so I ended up pregnant my first time, and it was just crazy. It was like a roller coaster of emotions, I swear. Like, it was just a lot of up and down, and like, some days I was good, some days I was scared because I kept repeating to everybody, I'm like, bro, I don't got no money. Like, I don't got no money to be taking care of no baby. I got money for me, but like, to take care of a baby, I don't have no money. So I stopped going to school, I stopped going to work, and I was just like at home on maternity leave kind of, because my job was not paying me to be home. But I was just at home and I just had time to basically do a lot of nesting. So like, we set up a lot of stuff in the house. We were getting everything we needed. We had a gender reveal, we had a baby shower, we had the whole shebang. So let's skip to the labor and delivery because that's the main thing that I was getting a lot of questions about in my comments on the last video. So labor and delivery, I was in the hospital for all of maybe like 4 or 5 days total. I was in the house, of course, in the bed asleep. My best friend just so happened to be with me though, so that's Ashe's godmother, just so happened to be with me. And all night I was getting these back pains. So I get my cramps when I'm on my cycle in my back. So I was getting those type of cramps, but I wasn't on my period, of course, because I was pregnant. And then also because I was in labor, but I didn't know. And I was getting them all night and I was kind of ignoring it, but they kept waking me up on my sleep. So finally, when I woke up, so I didn't wake my best friend up because I knew she would be overly excited, and my little sister was there too. But she wasn't in the bed with us, she was on the couch. So I woke up and I started timing the contractions and everything. And I think they were like 2 minutes apart. And I was like, oh shoot, like this is happening right now. Like, we about to have this baby today. So this was, I had her on July 12th. So this was July 10th. Yeah, this was the 10th. So July 10th is when all this started. So finally I wake my best friend up and I'm like, I'm in labor, I'm having contractions. Like, they weren't too bad at the time though. So we all got up, I called the hospital. They told me to come in because at this point I'm 41 weeks pregnant. So they told me to come into the hospital. So we take a shower and everything, and then we make our way to the hospital. So basically when I got there, they just like, you know, do the routine stuff, check your cervix, see if your water broke, check the baby's heart rate and everything like that. But I didn't get epidural the first day. So the contractions were getting more intense as the day progressed, but it was really just a waiting game. Like, you just, when you're in labor, y'all, it's really a waiting game. Like, the baby not gonna come until that baby is ready to come. Like, you just have to wait and wait and wait, unless of course you want to have a C-section. So we were just waiting, and the first day we didn't really get much. I think I only dilated about like 4 centimeters, and they were like, okay, you're either gonna have this baby in the middle of the night or you're gonna have that baby tomorrow. So we like, okay, cool. But since I was overdue, and let me backtrack a little bit. So I was in labor or whatever, and they were like, the baby's either gonna come today or tomorrow because my water had broke. And I remember I was trying to tell the nurse that my water broke, and she was not trying to listen to me. And I had to literally put my hand down there and pull it back up and say, so what is this? And then she rushed over to me like, oh my gosh, your water broke. Like, anyways, that's a topic for another episode, so stay tuned. Anyway, she wasn't listening. Finally, she came, rushed over, checked me, and yes, indeed, my water broke. So because my water broke, they were telling me like, okay, you know, you only got a few hours until we, you know, have to give you a C-section because the baby can't be in there without the fluid. So I'm like, all right, I really don't want a C-section or whatever. So they tried to speed up the labor by giving me Pitocin. Like, I was basically getting induced, so I got induced. They gave me Pitocin, but they gave me the epidural as well because they said the Pitocin was going to make my contractions a little bit more extreme. And I already hadn't slept the night before, so I was just like, all right, like, I want to get some rest. So they gave me Pitocin, then I had the epidural, and then I was able to sleep through the night. When I woke up the next day, I was about like 6 centimeters, I think. Yeah, I think I was 6 centimeters dilated. And they were like, same thing, routine. They're checking my cervix, just a waiting game, of course, because my baby is still stubborn and still stubborn till this day. You know, so it was really a slow labor. So then I remember the whole left side of my, it's like as I'm rethinking this, I can feel the pain that I was feeling that day. It's so crazy. But all of this was just pain, like, and I'm like, bro, like, these feel like contractions, but I had the epidural, so I'm not understanding why I'm feeling any pain. It was the same nurse, y'all. The same one who didn't listen to me when my water broke was the same one who wasn't listening to me when I kept telling her I was in that much pain. And she was like, well, it's just because the baby's sitting low, so you're gonna feel that pain. But mind y'all, the pain was on and off, so it would go away and it would come back. Like, they were contractions, and she was not trying to like listen to me. She was like, well, you can just keep pressing the button for more epidural. And I'm like, girl, it's not working. So she kept leaving. I kept calling the nurse back in. Mind you, my mom and my dad is in there with me. So at this point, my dad is like, bro, like, what's going on? So he goes out there, gets the nurse, and then some other people come in. And they're like, no, this is when the shift has switched. And they're like, okay, well, if you're in that much pain, like, that's not normal. You shouldn't be feeling that much pain. Like, we're going to give you some, I forgot what other medicine they gave me, but they gave me some more pain medicine, and that worked immediately. But I was in pain. If I can find a clip, y'all, I'm gonna insert it because it's embarrassing, but it's just raw and real, and that's just straight up. I was in so much pain, I was crying. They tried to make me push so that she could like move a little bit. She didn't budge because, like I said, my baby is stubborn. She's a stubborn cancer, but I love her. She didn't move, so I was pushing a little bit, but nothing really like, you know, worked. So we were just like, all right. They gave me that medication. I did tell them, like, I'm like, I don't want to get too much medication because, like, I don't want it to affect her in no way. And they're like, it won't affect her, she'll be fine. And she was indeed fine. So a couple hours had gone by. It's around like 7 going on 8 o'clock at this point. And they're like, okay, you know, you only have 2 more hours. We can only give you 2 more hours before we're gonna have to give you a C-section because she can't be in there without any fluid like we told you previously. So I'm praying because I really didn't want a C-section, but you know, everything doesn't happen the way you want it. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, so they had me in there like trying different positions to try to get her to move because my baby was sunny side up. So they wanted her to rotate. So I'm like, okay. So they had me doing different positions. Like, y'all, thank God my dad was there because it was so hard. When you're numb, like, you never realize how much you need a body part until you don't have use of it no more. So when my legs were numb, they wanted me to move like so many different ways. And I'm like, y'all, I just can't. Like, I can't feel anything. Like, how am I supposed to move? So my dad had to keep literally like lifting me up, moving me this way, lifting me up, moving me this way. They had like the ball, the pillows, everything. That baby did not budge, like, at all. She moved at one point like a little bit, and then she went right back to the same position she was in before. You know, that we were doing all the movement around and stuff, nothing worked. So I'm like, okay, cool. At this point, I already knew in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna have a C-section. I texted all my family and friends and let them know what was going down. Not too late after that, we were on our way to the operating room. So I wasn't scared because at that point, I was in labor for so long. I was just like, I'm ready to see my baby. Like, whatever we gotta do, let's do it because I'm ready to hold her. We go in the operating room, you know, they do the routine, take your jewelry off, give you anesthesia, lay back, and they just start. So mind y'all, I already had the epidural. At this point, I have the anesthesia on as well. And y'all, I literally, like, the shaking, I mean, we're all moms here, so we all know the shaking is crazy. Like, even from the epidural, but when I had that, it was 10 times crazier. Like, it was so uncomfortable. The mask, I was just talking to my best friend about this earlier. The mask just makes you feel like you're suffocating, like, or claustrophobic. I can't explain it, but like, I started freaking out. Like, I had anxiety, so I'm shaking really bad. And then, mind you, you're laying flat on the table, and I'm telling this lady, like, I'm about to throw up. I'm about to throw up. And she was like, no, you're not going to throw up. I'm like, I am about to throw up, and I feel like I'm going to choke because I'm laying straight back. I don't want to choke. So she's like, you're not going to choke. Here, take this bag and turn over. That was the most uncomfortable way ever to throw up. I threw up on the table twice, and then I passed out on the table. My daughter, I remember getting cut open. I remember I could feel the tugging. Like, it was weird. I could feel the tugging. And I remember the midwife, she was going around to take pictures and everything. Next thing you know, I hear her crying. And my dad is like jumping. Like, the best way to describe it is like a little kid on Christmas. Like, he was like, hey, that's my grandbaby. She's so beautiful. But you know, they take forever to bring the baby to you to see like the mother. So I'm just hearing all the excitement in the room, and I'm in and out, shaking. Then they finally bring her to me, but I can't really like interact with her much because they got your hands clamped down on the table. You got a face mask on your mouth. You can't breathe. Like, you just can't like really move. So I couldn't really react how I wanted to. So I saw her, and then shortly after that, I think I passed out. Woke up, and my dad and my baby was out the room. So I'm like, okay, how much longer do I gotta be here, y'all? Like, I'm ready to get up. Like, about 45 more minutes, we have to sew you back up. I'm like, oh my gosh. So y'all, I don't know what it was, but the laying straight back on the table, the lights, everything was like causing me to have anxiety. So I felt, I felt an anxiety attack coming on, but you can't really do nothing in that situation. Your legs are numb. You got all this medication on you. Like, you're in and out, but like, you're kind of freaking out at the same time. They take me in this other room, like a recovery room. And I'm in the recovery room, and they're like, I'm like, I want to sit up. Like, please, can I sit up? And they're like, well, you can't sit up until you can move your legs. I'm like, what? Like, so I'm like, y'all, I can't, like, I still can't feel my legs or whatever. It's like, no, you should be able to move your legs by now. Like, I know what time I gave it to you. Like, it should be worn off. You should be able to move. And I'm like, I can't move. So everybody in the room get real silent, and they start looking at each other like, what you mean you can't move? I'm like, I can't move. What y'all mean? Like, what? You the one who gave me the medicine? So she's like, no, like, I know what I'm doing. You should be able to move. She was like, if you don't move your toe, I'm going to have to pinch it, and it's going to hurt really bad. You're not going to like that. And I'm like, I didn't know what she meant by pinch my toe or whatever, but I'm like, I don't really want this lady touching me. So I tried again, and I couldn't feel it moving, but it was moving. So she was like, oh, yeah, see, it's moving. I'm like, well, I can't feel that, but okay. So then they sat me up, they gave me water and stuff. I still felt like I was about to have an anxiety attack or whatever, but it wasn't really that bad at that point. Then I finally held my baby for the first time. That's when reality kind of kicked in, and I was just holding her and looking at her, and I was, this is real. Like, this is really like my baby. Like, she was in my stomach for 9 months. Like, it was just crazy. And I was just like, bro, like, I'm a mom. Like shit just got real for real. Like, I can't explain it. If you're a mom, you know. But it was just like kind of like, oh my gosh. It was like scary, but like exciting at the same time. So I'm holding her. I tried to breastfeed and everything. And that's pretty much the gist of the story. Of course, you go to the back to the recovery room, and we were in there for a few days. Being in the hospital is so annoying because they just come and like wake you up every 5 minutes for something different. They keep taking the baby in and out the room. They keep pressing on your stomach, giving you medicine, taking your blood. Like, it's just so annoying. I was so ready to go. So and then they asked me, they was like, you can go home. This was like after like 2 days. They're like, you can go home today or you can stay another day. I'm like, I want to go home. Like, I want peace. Y'all getting on my nerves. So that's the labor and delivery. But let's get into how life has changed since then in life. Since then, me and Ashe have just been like two peas in a pod. Like, that's my bestie. I'm her bestie. She is my mini me. I don't know. I just feel like God gave me the gift that he knew I needed, that I didn't know I needed. Like, having a kid helped me mature, because I can admit that I was a little immature prior to having a baby. So I've matured a lot. My mindset is completely different now. Like, everything, I don't think about anything without thinking about my kid first. And I'm pretty sure you all can relate to that. I don't think about nothing without thinking about her first. Like, any decision I make is like, okay, is this going to affect her in any way? Or is this the best decision to make, like, in regards to her life, or, you know, anything of that sort? So it's just crazy how, like, when you're a mom because I was only 20, y'all. Like, all this happened at 20. So you're a mom, and then it's my first time. So I'm sexually active. I get pregnant. Then I have a baby. Like, life hit me quick. Like, it literally was like a reality check, because it's so crazy, because my cousin is here. Right before I got pregnant, y'all, when I say we were outside every weekend, me, my cousin, and Mimi were outside all summer, like parties back to back, like just getting lit. And I was like, bro, like, God was like, you can have this little bit of fun, because it's about to get real for you. And it got real for me. So all of that came to a halt. Like, all the partying and everything came to a halt, because at this point, now I'm waking up every 2 hours, putting a baby on my boob because she hungry. When you first have a baby, like, you don't even really have time to shower, get up, brush your teeth, like, eat. Like, because it's a new routine that you're not really used to yet, that revolves around another human being. So you really have to mentally prepare. So let me just say this. If you're young, in high school, fresh out of high school, in college, and you're sexually active, just get on birth control or use protection, y'all, because as much as I love my baby, a baby is not what you need right now. Like, I don't like to say that my daughter, like, ruined my life, or she, like, my life stopped because of her. No, because it didn't. It's just starting. My life is renewed in a sense. Like, if you don't have kids, then wait to have kids, because it changes your life, but it doesn't stop your life. So I'm still outside with my friends. We going out tonight. I'm still taking trips. I'm taking a trip with my baby in July. Like, we're still doing, you know, things to make life fun. I take my baby and we go and do activities all the time, and I have fun with her doing that. Like, it's not just for her entertainment. Sometimes it's for mine as well, but we both enjoy it. It's bonding time. It's memorable, and it's just what we love to do together. Now I want to speak on some challenges I faced as, you know, being a first-time mom, being a young mom. I feel like the biggest challenge for me was not being able to finish college on time. I'm class of 2020, so we already didn't have a graduation in 2020 because of the pandemic, of course. And then 2024 comes around, and it's right now. Like, graduation season is right now, and I'm seeing all my peers graduate. And it's kind of sad, because, like, I should be walking across the stage with them, but I had to take a pause, not stop completely. I had to take a pause because, you know, my baby was more important at the time, and I dedicated my life to her. However, I did re-enroll back into school, trying to be a registered nurse. So let's keep our fingers crossed for that. I'm also starting this podcast. I'm a medical assistant right now, and I'm trying to get into nails. So we got some things going on. We're not just sitting around, you know. We got some things going on in the works, of course. if it's meant to be, it'll all be. Another challenge I faced was finances, kind of. So when I first had her, after I first had her, I wasn't working for like, what is that, 8 months, I think. I wasn't working for like approximately 8 months. And it was kind of hard because my birthday and Christmas was in the midst of those 8 months or whatever. My birthday, you know, we figured it out, whatever. But Christmas is what really hit hard for me because like, I wasn't able to get her anything really. Like I wasn't able to get my baby like all the gifts she wanted or like what I would want to give to her. Let me put it that way. My family, of course, came through. Like that girl had gifts from like 3 different houses. But it's different, you know, for your child to open up something from their parent. And I wasn't able to do that to her. So that kind of made me kind of emotional. But I became a medical assistant and worked 5 days a week. And this Christmas that just passed, I was able to make up for that. So that was just a challenge I faced. Another challenge I would say is being pregnant in the summertime, even though that's kind of a minor one, y'all. But like being pregnant in the summer is not fun. You just feel hot and heavy. Like that's the best way to explain it. Like hot, heavy, and hungry. I was hot, heavy, and hungry all the time. Like, but I wasn't like irritable. But yeah, so not mean, but kind of over it. So yeah, but that's the only challenges I would say I faced. You know, thanks to God, it wasn't nothing crazy because I know situations could be worse. The main thing that I've learned throughout this whole journey, to give myself more grace. Like I'm always hard on myself when it comes to decisions I'm making for her, or like even little things like, dang, did I play with her enough today, or are we doing enough learning activities? Like, but I learned that I have to give myself more grace because it's just me. This is a learning process. In general, there's no handbook on how to be a mom, and I know y'all hear that a lot, but it's true. There's no handbook on being a mom because, for one, every child is different, so we can't write a book about every child that we have not met yet. Simple. Every child is different, so you have to learn your child and work with your child, so you two are growing together. So like you're learning your child while you're learning yourself. Like we're only 20. This is mainly for Gen Z. Let's just start there. We're still learning ourselves, trying to figure ourselves out. We don't even really know who we are yet, and then we're still trying to raise a little one. It's not always just about you. And I know in our 20s and being females, that's what we want. We want the world to revolve around us, but now that's not the case for us no more. Like, it's just that simple. Even though it was never really the case for us, but like, we're just girls. Let us think what we want to think anyways. Next question. Okay, some advice that I want to give to you moms or expecting moms. For the expecting moms, I want to say to literally take your pregnancy and use it to your advantage, okay? Pregnancy is really our time to lounge around and let that baby bake in the oven, like literally, like relax. You could do some nesting, like I was like folding clothes up and stuff or whatever, but any hard labor like lifting, walking around too much, don't do it. Or like if you feel like you need a break and you're tired, take that nap. Like if you're emotional, cry. Like that is really your chance to be 100% vulnerable and like kick your feet up and just relax, because you the one. A man can't bake that baby. Take your time literally for you. Like that should be your downtime, your lounge time, your relaxation time in a sense. To give advice to moms now, if you're battling postpartum depression, for one, you got this. Keep going, push through. Don't let postpartum depression overcome you or overtake you. Beat the depression. Like it's just a mind thing, okay? Like you can do it. Like don't let your mind tell you, oh my God, I can't do this. This is overwhelming. No, you can do it because God literally gave us the human strength to do it. He wouldn't have, if we wasn't able to do it, he wouldn't have gave us the power to create life and take care of it if we was not able to do it. So you can do it. Just get that thought out your head. I have my cousin here with me. Okay, so she's gonna ask me a few questions, so let's get into it.
What's your favorite thing to do when you're kid free?
Go out. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If you know me, don't waste my kid-free night. Like, yes, like don't waste. Oh yeah, she's a mom too. Don't waste my kid-free night. Like, we need to have the plan set in stone. We need to know where we're going, what time we're going. I need music. I need drinks. For me, I feel like being a mom has kind of caused me to lose my youth a little bit. So whenever I'm kid-free, I like to go feel young again, if that makes sense. So that's why my first go-to is always partying, because you don't really feel young when you're just working all the time, taking care of your baby. So sometimes you need that reminder, like, okay, you're still 22, like go out and have fun. So that's it for me. What about you?
So for me, I'm not really a big drinker. I do like to drink when I go out, but Where my smoking moms? Where my smoker moms at? Me, when I'm kid free, I'm looking at my friends. I'm having a big session. I'm staying, but also partying too. I like to go out, or just like I like to go out to eat. I like to just see my friends because during the week it's straight mommy mode in work. Like I don't get to see my friends. I barely even talk to them on the phone. So I just like honestly just like to be with my friends or. You know, just go out, look cute, dress up.
Yes.
Because when I'm with my child, I'm not wearing heels. It's
Exactly. Because they always want you to pick them up.
Yes.
Girl.
Do you still experience mom guilt?
Girl, yes. I experience mom guilt every single time I'm away from her. For example, I dropped her off to her dad yesterday and gave her to him or whatever. And then when she was walking away and I was driving away, she was still looking at the car. And instant mom guilt. I was like, damn, like it's Mother's Day weekend. Maybe she could just be with me, like. But like at the same time, it's Mother's Day weekend, like.
That was literally me earlier.
Yeah,
literally.
See? It's hard, y'all.
It is, and my daughter's about to be 5.
Girl, her daughter, she's a mommy's girl to the fullest extent.
Like
if you know, you know. But like Samira loves her mom. It's
literally,
so beautiful.
She does. Thank you. What does your future look like for you and your child?
Okay, for me and my child, our future looks like, for one, I told y'all I'm in school for nursing. Well, I'm trying to get into nursing school, whatever. So it looks like me being a nurse, spending as much time as possible with my baby. I want to be able to be there for like all her, no matter how small it is, a spelling bee or a dance recital, like anything. I want to be able to be there.
Yeah.
However, I want to be able to make sure we're still financially stable. So, in our own place, if you know me, you know my dream home is a townhouse. I've been talking about it all my life, but that's my dream home. So a townhouse with our little puppy, just me and her. I want to be the mom where all the friends want to be at our house. Like, can I come over?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't care. You can come over. Yes, like.
Yes, because I'd rather my baby. I realized where my mom got it from because she was really like, oh, you can't go over there, but they can come over. Anybody can come over here. And I used to be mad because I would be trying to get out the house. But now I understand.
Exactly.
Baby, Samara, everybody could come over. I don't care.
Exactly. Yep. And then how about y'all?
For us, our future, it's giving big, modern, luxury homes. Like, I like the glass. It's giving. If y'all ever watched Being Mary Jane, her house.
Oh yeah.
That is like one of my dream homes.
Her house
So
is nice.
something like that, cute little SUV, Porsche truck, BMW.
Yo, I can really see that. That is so funny. Like I can see that.
For me, I am in cosmetology. I do hair.
Check out the Mirror Effect on Instagram right now. We're gonna put it right here, and we're gonna tag her down below. So make sure I go tune in TikTok, Instagram, and book.
And also YouTube.
And YouTube. Okay, so yeah, go check her out.
So I also do IT, but I'm still right now in my life. I'm still trying to figure out if I still want to continue on with that because hair is my own thing. I have my own suite now, and like some halves of me is like God is telling me put your all into this, but then the other half of me is like, but you're broke as shit right now.
Right.
Like,
see what I'm saying, y'all? Still trying to figure yourself out while keeping yourself together. Like literally, it's hard.
And it's like it's kind of hard to just put it all into hair and just bet on myself because I still have Samara, I still have school tuition for her, I have all the other expenses. So it's kind of hard. But in the future, definitely solely doing hair. I'm not working for nobody. Nice being Mary Jane house. I want her to be in a lot of sports and in a lot of activities and stuff. So I'm gonna be that cheer mom with her poster big as hell. Okay, last question. What type of mother do you want to be?
Okay, I want to be the type of mom where she can come to me and talk to me about anything. I don't want to come off as like, okay, I understand you have to respect your parents, but I don't want her to be scared of me. So I want her to respect me. I don't want that to be mistaken for fear. I want her to be able to come to me, her friends. Like, I kind of want to be her confidant, her best friend, while still, being that place as a mom. Like, I'm taking care of her, being a sole provider. Like, but the main thing for me is just a healthy relationship. Like, I do not want my daughters to grow up hating me. Like, I think about that all the time because when they turn into teenagers, they switch. Like, different things change. So you just have to make sure you grow with them, literally. Like, make sure if she's going through something, you can talk to her. Do not brush her emotions off, because our parents have a hard problem with that. Like, if you say you're depressed, you're not depressed. You blah, blah, blah. Okay,
you just need to just...
Yeah, like, no, I'm depressed. Like, listen to me.
Like, I'm literally depressed.
Not saying my parents specifically, but I've seen a lot of people my age speak out saying that their parents, like, don't listen to their emotions and stuff. I don't want to be like that. I want to be the opposite. I want to listen to her. I want to be able to tell her what's right from wrong. She listened. Like, I want that respect level to be equal on both parts. Okay, so let's get into our game. The game is called I'm Just a Mom. Really, not really a game, but like, I guess it's just like a little tea time.
What's something you do as a mom that other moms might judge you for?
I think the thing I do as a mom that other moms might judge me for is, my daughter's 1 and I give her candy. Like, and I just say, and they be like, yeah, I'm gonna give my kids candy. I don't want them to have cavities. Girl, I give her candy. I don't care. Like, I don't care what y'all got to say about it. She's 1, she's going on 2. She don't eat candy all day, every day. But yes, she has a piece of candy every now and then. Like, it's what it is. What about you?
So I told y'all my child is very clingy and like she's spoiled as hell. And a lot of it is not for me, but a lot of it is for me.
Right.
One thing, and I told y'all she's about to turn 5 in September. But sometimes I still be feeding her. Hear me out. Hear me out.
You mean like...
Yes, hear me out though.
Y'all, I ain't never seen that.
No, listen, y'all. Hear me out. So, Samara, one thing about her, she's going to take 45 minutes to eat her food.
Yeah.
In the morning, I don't have time for that. We're on crunch time. You have to go to school. I have to go to work. Yeah. Or it might be at dinner time and she just playing around, not trying to eat. But if I sit there and, come on, then she's like, okay. Because it's like kind of comforting for her. It puts her back into that baby mode. But I still be telling her like, bro, I'm not about to sit here and feed you the whole thing. But my aunt be doing it all the time, no matter what.
So that's where she clicks.
Wake up with breakfast in bed. Here you go, Samara. And I'm just like, bro, then she get home and think
that she's supposed to have breakfast in bed.
Yeah, but I don't care what y'all say. If my daughter asks me at 12 to feed her, I would.
I'm going to feed her. Simple. We'll share one more. Something I do that other moms might judge me for is, my daughter is 1 going on 2, and yes, she is still breastfeeding. Okay? I cannot. Exactly. And everybody keeps saying like, oh my gosh, she getting so big. For one, y'all don't understand how it is to stop. Like, how to wean a baby off, okay?
It's terrible.
Y'all not going through it. So don't question me. Let me just say that. For real, I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of one question that irks me. Like,
yes,
that's one question that irks me. That, and when people question a decision I make about my child, don't ask me about nothing I'm deciding to do with my kid. I ain't gonna do that. But just don't question me, okay?
Do it.
Yeah, so as far as breastfeeding, she's still breastfeeding. I have tried to wean her off. I did it for 1 week. Oh, I tried for a week. And my job, like I said, I work 5 days a week. She likes to breastfeed at night. She was kirking out. Like, I mean, flipping out. And I'm like, oh, baby, I gotta wake up. Just take the boob. Like for real. It's never that deep.
It's never that serious. You can have a milk.
Exactly.
Boob.
You can have a milk. Like, I have to wake up for work. Like, I'm not about to be burnt out.
Don't question
when you see her on my boob, don't ask me. And I'm so
mind your business.
Just mind your business. Like, and I mean this so wholeheartedly. Please don't ask me, y'all. Go ahead.
One thing I do and won't ever stop doing, for real, unless I want to, I'm going to Target before I get her every time. I don't care. I'm not taking you to Target with me so you can act. I'm already spending too much on me. Okay? Yeah. And that sounds crazy.
That's your quiet time.
That's my quiet time.
That's your peace.
I don't want to hear anything, and you're not about to worry me to death about the toy section and then spend 30 minutes picking one toy that you already have.
I agree with that one.
So that's another, and I know y'all can relate to that one.
Yes, I know y'all can relate to that one. Okay, guys, so that is a wrap. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in to our first episode. I am so excited to get this video out to you guys. By the time y'all see this, it'll already be out. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate all the views, everybody tuning in, everybody resharing all of our posts. Please, please, please continue to do so. I am so grateful. And yes, let's see where this thing goes. See you.